is Friday. Welcome to Flames of Love, where we hunt through the secrets to love that lasts. My name is Beatrice Senaju. Everyone knows breaking up is hard to do. Some people, after breaking up, permanently cut ties with a fraction, not knowing what to do and how to handle the whole situation. On Flames of Love today, we will look at dealing with exes. My guest is a communication strategist and the public relations officer of the National Vocational Training Institute, Ghana. He is Mr. John Manche Akoite. And my second guest is a prophet and a marriage counselor. He is Prophet George Alan Drummond. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Okay. How are you doing? It's been ages.
We've been around. COVID has also kept us indoors, but thank God we are out now.
Okay. Also, how are things? How was your week? How was your week been like and all that?
Jesus has been taking good care of me.
We thank God. We thank God.
You see the one I saw on the other episode?
Yeah.
I was trying to warn some people. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, brother.
Okay. So we'll just go straight to the point. We are looking at dealing with exes.
That's right.
Do you have an ex?
I think so. I think I do.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think as far as I remember, I do.
Okay. So how did you handle the whole breaking up issue?
You know, when you enter into a relationship, you have in mind two things. That one, it either works or it doesn't work, and so you prepare for both. you get it. You don't bank your hopes in man. In fact, Bible has even told us that it's only a fool who would depend on a human being. So you try to make things work, but also have it in mind that look, it's not surefire. That's not, a promise from God. You get it? You didn't go and fast and pray to meet the person. You probably met the person in the market, at the funeral, something. You started working with this. So this subject at the back of my mind. Listen, two things are bound to happen. We either end up getting married or go our separate ways somewhere along the line. So in my case, I had this at the back of my mind. So when it happened, I was just like, okay, this is it. So life must definitely continue. We shouldn't kill each other and become enemies because we are no longer dating. Yeah, so that's my story.
I see.
Yeah.
So you were already prepared.
Yes, psychologically, you psych your mind.
Emotionally.
Everything.
So
spiritually.
You were not broken.
Oh, why? It depends on your temperament. If you are, let's say, a sanguine, a sanguine can just fly up about something and within 3 days you'll be surprised that this is the guy who had yeah. So because I was prepared for it, I wasn't really affected, and in a relationship you don't jump in both legs. You keep one in there and keep one out. So when one is broken, you just hop on the other, put yourself back together, and life goes on.
So were you expecting, did you see signs of...
Of course. Every wise guy should always look out for signs. You get it? When the lady starts telling you, hello, I'm busy, I'll call you back later. And it continues for 3 days. Maybe she only will call because she doesn't want to offend you. But
me calling you later maybe probably means I'm actually busy.
Yes, but you know the lady schedule. You know that even when the lady is away, she will sneak into the bathroom and talk to you and try to make you happy. But when all of a sudden she starts giving you very tangible sounding excuses why she can't talk to you, it's a sign. And so you start preparing yourself, or you probably also start looking elsewhere. So that in case this one stops working, there's something already.
Hey, so you already have a side chick.
Every wise guy should do that. Not side chick that you are going out with, but somebody you talk to on a very regular basis.
So talking to someone on a regular basis, you can develop some kind of love for the person without even knowing.
You do that with your head, not with your heart. You get what I'm saying?
I get it, but it's risky.
It's not risky. It's not risky at all. You just But so are you telling me when you are going out with someone, you like that person and that person?
No, not that. You already had people before.
Exactly.
Before you entered into the relationship. But I mean, what I'm trying to say is that getting too close to the opposite.
Not too close.
Okay.
You can be closer to that friend of yours than to the one you are going out with. But what I'm saying is that don't put all your eggs in one basket. You get what I'm saying? So there are ladies who admire you, like you don't brush them off because you are in a relationship with this person. You are not married to. You get it? Yeah, that's where the booking is like, especially for the ladies, when they get hooked up with the guys, like that's the World Cup. You get it? All the attention, all the focus on the guy. So the day the guy says, then
that would be the end.
That's where the fire comes. So you keep one leg in and keep one out and be wise with it.
Okay.
And know that once a person is on board, even angels, remember in the book of Genesis chapter 7, the Bible says these angels were sent for heaven on earth. So when they came, they saw the fell in descent, they said, don't go again. You get it? Yeah, so let's have that and flow.
Okay, so what was your first defense after the breakup?
Defense in terms of approaching her or for myself?
From yourself and approaching her, how did you handle it?
Oh, wait, you know, it wasn't like a call one day and said, look, let's break up. Like I said, we start putting the pieces together. And it's a gradual thing. So before it finally halts, I mean, you are there, you know what. So I can't even remember the day or time I'll say it like officially. And you know, this is phones. So when the calls, let's say when you started, we were calling each other after every 2 hours. You meet at lunch, talk, then it now reduces to 3 days. You don't see each other regularly. Then 1 week, somebody travels, a small fight happens, then the distance begins from that time. So then, if after 3 months you don't hear from each other, your guess is as good as mine.
I see. So are you still in contact with your ex? What do you talk about?
Oh,
that is if you still talk to the person.
She's in church, so
you always see her.
I mean, we are all Christians, so you can't say, but I mean, you also want to keep a certain distance and all that, so that you don't create unnecessary tension between the one she's seeing now with yourself.
So she has actually moved on.
I've not asked her. Maybe after this.
But you talk.
Oh, we don't talk like when we meet. We talk, but I don't remember the last time picking a phone.
You're calling her.
I don't think it's something I would do.
Okay, so Prophet, with what Mancha is saying, we all know about Gentiadada stuff. Gentiadada is very easy for them to come back together. So what should
is that what we say? Laimomo?
Yeah, Laimomo. Okay. It's very easy for that fire to come back together. So, would you say that, before I come to you, Prophet, so would you say that talking to your ex is good after the breakup? Or bad?
I won't say it's bad, but it's not a wise thing to do. You get it? I mean, if you've got into a relationship, you have both agreed that you don't like each other anymore, what are you going to talk about? You get it? I think there's a scripture that says, who will put fire into his bosom and will not be burnt? I think it's the book of Proverbs. So you go buy petrol, pour fire in it, and you are putting it in your chest or charcoal, and you say, I'm trying to see if it will burn your head. So why would you do that? Yeah, so I don't think it's a wise thing to do at all.
Also, is it good to be talking to our exes after the breakup?
Let me start from where he started.
Okay.
That if you don't think that this is going to end in marriage, don't start it. That is the point. Why do you want to start it in the first place? But I understand his point as well, that you must know the person. There are some people that they just want you for every moment. There's nothing like long time. So it's for the moment. I want you for the moment. So now we are together. If you leave, fine. if the moment comes for us to be in marriage, fine. There are those. That is why the other time we said that you should date the person before you enter into the relationship with the person. Have that communication with the person, meet in public places, talk, get to know the mind of the person. So if you are not a person that does not want living in the moment, then you don't get to be in a relationship with a person. Because you would, with what he said, somebody would clap for him, somebody would interpret it as an uncommitted person or a person that is likely to cheat. But somebody may also like what he said and said, I share the same sentiment with you. And it may not be a male, it may even be a female. You understand me? So you must, just as we said that, you must talk to the person. Know where the person is coming from, what the person likes, what the person wants to do. Then you get to know this. And he did mention something that maybe when we started, we were talking 2 hours, you were sneaking and all of that. Don't start what you can't end with.
But prophets, you also know that matters of love are more emotional than logical.
Yes.
Okay, so you can't go and draw a timetable and say this is me, this is what I can do. When you get infatuated about something, you sometimes don't even think properly. You get it? That's your boss has even given you an assignment, and your mind is rather on calling the person. You get it? So it's difficult to manage that emotional bracket of being in love with somebody. You get it? So it's very difficult for you to draw a strict plan that look, this is me, this is what I can do. Haven't you seen a man carrying foodstuffs and following a lady before?
I have many times.
Why do you think the man would do that? On a normal day, the man would do that. Why is he infatuated? Maybe after 2 years, a story is told that some newly married couple were going somewhere, and the lady kicked her leg against a stone. Then the man took the stone and cursed the stone. That why would you hurt my wife? You get it? 3 years after their marriage, after having 2 children, they were going somewhere. Then the lady fell down. Then the man said, please, get up and let's go. You get it? So I think it's situational. Every season has what it brings. When you start fresh, you buy flowers, you try to be nice, and the person also wants to be kept back. After some time, it's not something you can, sustain for that. So I don't think that point you raised there is entirely accurate.
When you have taken time to have a connection with that person, you know who the person is, and that would determine how the relationship is going to go.
Okay.
But if you jump straight into the relationship, that is when you are going to try to know the person. That is when you are going to try to do things right with the person. But if I meet you, right?
Okay.
Hey, you flow.
You flow.
If you meet somebody and you guys have this normal talk, not talking about anything sexual or emotional, knowing each other, along the way, you get to know who this person is. Maybe not fully, but partially. You know what the person can handle. You know what the person cannot handle. But most often, we jump the first stage straight into the relationship. So we are now coming to know even the smallest details of the person. So these things that we should have known before accepting to be in a relationship. Because when you are dating someone, there is no commitment. But when you enter into a relationship, there is some level of commitment there. Dating you, maybe we just meet in a park, we take a drink, or maybe sit in an open place, just like a friend would do. I want to know if you are a person that I really want to be in a relationship, enter into the next level with. So we should start from that place and not just jump straight. But when we jump straight into it, we will not detect the things that we should have detected and should have been a warning sign to us. So normally we find those things in the relationship, then we begin to not like the relationship. There are many people talking about the marriage and the person that picked the stone and all of that. There are people that in the relationship they don't talk about stuff. The moment they enter, because they didn't date, they entered into the relationship, and the relationship wasn't about issues. It was about I love you, and you see. So the real personalities begin to show up when the honeymoon stage of the relationship is off. Then you are now beginning to see the real person, the person. Then that's where you see the challenges come in. But if I have known you, we have known each other, I know what gets you annoyed even before we entered into the relationship, and when we entered into the marriage, I would be able to manage you somewhat better than when it's a fresh case. You can never know somebody 100%. It can't happen. Because we also, even yourself, you'll be discovering yourself every single day. Every single day. But you can't know the person to some extent when you spend time with them and all of that. You were saying earlier that the matters of love is more emotional than intellectual. You see, it is true. It is true. But it is true for the immature. So if this is your first relationship, fine. But if it is your second relationship and you still enter into it and make your decisions based on emotions, then you are not qualified to even be in the relationship. You see, it is okay when you make the first mistake. It happens. Maybe you were a teenager, you just came into adulthood and you started it and all. It can happen. But on your second one, the first one, you should have learned something from the first one. Knowing that, hey, there is a reason why your head is above your heart. The Lord gave you the heart to feel, but He gave you the head to think. So while you are feeling something, you should think through it. Let's say somebody offends me. I feel like shooting the person. Then I think, if I shoot him, I'll go to prison. But I was very angry. I felt like shooting, but I thought. So you feel something for somebody, but you must think through it. So if you cannot have a balance of your thoughts and your emotions, then you must be tutored before you start this thing called relationship.
Okay, so you are almost twisting the topic. So now I want to find out, what are some of the things we need to do after a breakup?
After a breakup?
Yes.
Reduce communication entirely or drastically between the two of you. Either entirely or drastically, at least for some time. Yeah. There are some that the moment they leave you, they are done with you. They don't care. Even if they clothe you with gold, they don't want you again. There are those that have made up their mind that I will never go back. They see it as backwardness. So even if you become the president, they don't want you. There are those who are indecisive. And a lot of people are indecisive. So when you break up, just move away. Just separate. Just reduce everything. And don't be petty. You see the person and you see the person, you want to behave some way that you have met the person, or you get a boyfriend and you want to say, you see your ex-boyfriend and that's when you hug the boy and you are kissing the boy. I mean, that is too petty. You understand? you have a husband and you are showing him off for him to see, or you have a wife and you are showing. What if that guy or that lady leaves you? How would you walk around? You see, so those are infantile. You shouldn't go there. When you break up, I mean, be mature. Don't see the person and call him names or call her names. You know, those are beneath it. Because you never know. I've always said, you never know what will happen in the future. You might even come back. You may never know. Or you might need a help from that person one day. So calling of names and all of this, you cut them off. And you should cut communication. You should not be the shoulder that the person cries on. Never. It shouldn't happen. That the person's mother, father, or brother is dead, and the person calls you. You know, you are the one I can talk to. You have a problem. By the time you realize, oh, don't worry, oh, it's okay. Then your banana rises in your liquor. By the time you realize, something has happened.
How do bananas rise? I don't understand.
It is a monkey tactic. It's a monkey tactic. You see, so you must avoid these things. And when your husband or your wife offends you, you shouldn't go talking to your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend that this is what he's doing or this is what she's doing or I mean no. I mean that's why it should be cut.
But you know, some people may also argue that we are ex, but it doesn't mean we are enemies.
Yes.
So we can still talk, we can still chat, we can still do everything. Is it the right thing to do?
There is classification. There is some information you can share with some people. So you must categorize the people in your life. You don't share everything with everybody. You have what you share with who. So when it comes to the issues of sensitivity, you can't share with your ex. You cannot. That line should, even if your ex is a pastor, there are some that can manage and all of it. But when emotions are very trickish, you may never know what will happen. You know, never spend time alone with your ex. Alone with your ex. And when the weather has become dark, small and cold, it is a dangerous venture.
Okay, so Mancha, what are some of the things you think we should do after a breakup so that we wouldn't be in a tricky or nasty position with our exes?
Oh, I think
with your point of view and your experience.
My experience.
Yes.
I know myself. Okay, so if you're my ex or my ex, I treat you in that way. I try as much as possible to avoid. Yeah, because I'm not an angel and I'm not fallible. No, I'm fallible. I'm not infallible to fall into some of these things. So you see, that's what you have to be wise and know that look, this lady is fair. She has big breasts, big buttocks, and look, somebody you have had feelings for before. You can't tell me you have totally erased that person from your mind. You get it? Now, a story is told of a guy who was dating this lady when they were in secondary school. Now, they grew up to university. I think level 300. The lady left the relationship because you know ladies go fast and they think ahead before we start thinking. So this lady finished school, got a job, was doing well. This guy was still hustling around. The lady got married to a guy who was working with one of the big oil companies. And then I nearly mentioned the name of the company. But then the guy lost the job along the way. The lady is also a banker, doing well. Then one day she was in the bank and this guy walks in and say, hey, I couldn't go to my bank, so I want to come and check one or two things in my account. And then the teller there was
the lady.
The lady. So the lady said, wow, is that you? Is this your bank account? If I was a huge fat, bank account. Oh, okay, I'll call you and all that. That was the beginning of the end of the girl's marriage. You get it? Because something had just triggered. The guy has now become successful. That's it. And because they've dated before. That was it. So you see, try every possible means to take yourself as far as me. When I realized we have finally broken up, one of the things I do is to delete your number for maybe for a couple of months.
But you have the number in your head.
No, me, I don't have that. I don't have that gift. Keep numbers.
No, but sometimes for when you consistently call someone, the numbers I mean, it's just.
I think that was before we had smartphones, but since we started saving numbers on, honestly, I don't remember anybody's number in my head now, honestly.
So do you agree that when you cut ties with your ex, you are no longer dating, we shouldn't communicate?
Oh.
Or shouldn't have a close relationship?
The person is your enemy, but the person can't be your friend.
Why?
Why should the person be?
You might need help from the person one day.
What sort of help are you talking about?
Any
that
help.
Only that person will have.
Any help.
Of more than 7 billion people. That only that lady or that guy can offer you that. I mean, it's not realistic. So yes, you dated, you want to move, except you yourself are not sure whether you are really out of, the relationship and all that. Just try as much as possible to stay off the person. That's what I would do anyway. But like I said, temperaments come to play here. There are people who are very straightforward and disciplined. When they say no, it's no. And they can meet you, you can become who, it doesn't move them at all. And there are another group of people who also, just by the list of triggers, fall. So know yourself. I think that's what is most important. If you know yourself, you know. But me, knowing who I am and look, I'll keep my distance. Sometimes if I see you, I'll just wave you from a distance. No.
Social distancing,
I tell you. Social distancing, then you are free. Okay, so that in your next relationship, you're going with a very clear mind. I mean, try as much as possible.
So how long can you move on from your ex?
How long?
Yeah.
I don't understand the question.
Like, I mean, if you break up, how long do you get over that?
How long
over your ex? Yeah. Does it take for
me?
you to get over it?
Oh, me, once we are done, that's it.
Like done.
I mean, that's it. I just like I told you, I psych myself. So when we are done, that's it. I will erase, except it hits me unawares. Now I was like, hey, you know what that will make me feel? It makes me feel like I was so very intelligent and I wasn't smart. That's what hurts me. Not because, in fact, when a lady leaves a man, it's an opportunity for the man to explore.
Explore what?
Other options.
What options?
Oh, when I was coming here, I met about 7 beautiful ladies. So if the lady I am with now says, Mache, in fact I thought, but now I'm thinking that the thing no go be again. Why should you go and cry? Cry for what? If you get it, you just enter into your chamber and thank God for opening a greater door
for you,
and you'll be happy in life.
You think you will be good like that? There are some people who can brood over an ex for quite a long time.
So you see, I believe no human being can love.
No, you sure?
No human being.
So we can't love like a wise
Read First Corinthians chapter 13, and you understand the criteria of what love
is.
And try and put yourself in there. You realize that 2 out of 7 will share. You get what I'm saying?
That's why you need help. The Holy Spirit is the helper. But now, if you are talking about love physically,
yes,
we are saying we can't love.
No, but what we feel for man feels for woman. It's not
that one. It's not love.
No, it's not love.
So what's that one?
But when a man sees a lady and gets erection, how do you call that love?
That one we say, yeah.
You know, we have types of love.
Yes.
So it comes as
in which part of the Bible did they explain love that way?
It's even love.
You see, look, when a man goes to propose to a woman and starts telling the woman, in fact, you are very inner beauty, and you know all those tangible and intangible stories, they are all lies. The first thing that pushes a man to go after him is erection. Erection? Of course.
What's up?
Okay.
Is that true? Because
let me tell you, today is what? 8th
Today is 8th May.
2020. Any man who comes to tell you I love you, and it's telling you because you sing in church, and because you're a choir leader or an usher, the man you go to hell.
Hey, then the church brothers, you are spoiling their market.
They are. Oh no, I mean, they should be very frank with you.
Okay, so now what pushes a man to say I love you? What makes a man feel
the
like
man is
there's nothing like
sexually
attracted?
You know what will make a man stay? It's after the sexual attraction. The man begins to see, of course, wise men, not all men. The wise man begins to see certain traits and characters that look, this lady is very calm. I'm a very loud person, so I don't know how I'm going to stay in the same house with another loud person. Then the house will become like a home club. You get it? So you keep it on the low and try to be real with the person that look. The reason I keep because I am sexually attracted to you. So when a man says what's his name?
You are beautiful, so you are beautiful.
So you are sexually attracted.
Okay.
Then after the attraction, you can talk about all these things. So somebody can be sexually attracted to the person, but the lady doesn't know how to keep the house clean. So you go and visit the lady, the breaker is hanging on the door, flies all over. I mean, it will even kill that last that you have for the person. You get it?
Okay.
So the first thing, I'm not saying that's the only thing, but the first primus inter pares is last. And any man, including the prophet sitting there, if he tells you that it's any other thing.
Although, is what Mancha is saying true?
What Mancha is saying is partial.
Partially true.
Is that true?
Yes.
Because you mentioned something like that, that it's not the inner beauty.
Yes.
That was last week. It's not the
Yes.
inner beauty that attracts a man.
No. What in a way? Do you have a gamma ray machine or what, or a scanner to scan the woman to see the beauty inside?
We all have what we look out for. Okay, when you see a person, somebody may see you. Let me use his example.
Yes.
You may be on a stage in church. The way you sang for people to fall, the person may like that particular thing and want to have you. And there was nothing sexual about it. Somebody may be attracted to you because of your intelligence. The way this lady talks, I want to have her as mine.
No, prophet.
And there is
that works for women. But I'm talking about men.
Yes.
You see,
there is a lady
after this program, just go to that woman and do a voice where ask the men. They're very candid men. They will tell you. Ladies, I know you look. Even some ladies want to know the type of job you do, what position you hold in the office, your bank account.
Very necessary.
Ladies are detailed people. They look for detail. That's why when you get married, they give the wedding marriage certificate to them because they know they will kill you, they will value it. You get what I'm saying? But men, the man is too hot that he's not. What look, bitches? If the guy tells you you are singing on stage, then people were falling. So in the bed, people fall in the bed. The man has an erection right in church for you.
This one, I don't get it. So I wish I can actually confirm this from like thousands of men. Even if it's 100.
No guy has told you that.
No.
Wow.
Maybe they are shy.
Yeah, maybe.
You see, when it comes to what attracts a person to the other, it's different with everyone.
Varies.
It varies so much, so much. There are people that they don't even. In fact, sex is not even on their list.
For men, are you talking for men or for both?
Both sides.
Wow.
For both sides. I know people, men, that even don't have sex. Even some of them, their wives have to fight with them. I've had many issues that wives are complaining that this man, unless I ask him for sex, he doesn't give. There are people that they don't even care about sex at all.
No.
There are those.
First, wait. So if you marry your wife and you are not having sex with the woman, what are you doing with the woman?
Oh, it happens.
For what?
So
why are you married?
Someone actually told me this, I think 2 weeks ago, that they got married for close to 3 months. The man is always busy. When he comes to the house,
the man needs to visit a physician.
You know, so the lady says even if she wants to forcibly sleep with the man will be angry and will leave the house.
Then there's a very big problem.
So the lady is saying that it's not like she has not come into contact with the man sexually. They have before, but now that they are married, the man doesn't want. And she can't say the man is impotent because the man is very potent. Yes. So then, what's the problem?
You see, there are people that are not sexually
minded.
Yes, they are not sexually minded. There are many of them. I mean, with my work, I meet these kind of situations. You see, there are some ladies. I mean, it happened with maybe a lot of ladies who don't even want sex at all. Many do not marry for sex.
Prof, you know what I'm finding difficult to understand it? Because every man, one of the signs that you are fit and well is that when you wake up at dawn, you have an erection.
Erection does not mean you want to have sex. That's the one thing you should understand. You see, when the moment blood goes, this is it. Imagine, when blood begins to pump into the manhood, there will be an erection.
Yes.
But it's not every time that your manhood erects that you have sex in mind.
Yes, I agree.
Yes,
but
so,
not when the woman you spent money to is lying right beside you, and you are seeing the reflection of her breast. The moonlight is, and you are telling me you are too audacious that this thing that look, there must be a very, very serious problem.
Okay, so I have a friend, and I don't want to mention where the friend is because if I mention, I know some few people in here would know who I'm talking about. He's a very good friend. You know, when he sees me when he sees me, all he will say is that, okay, I need a hug. I want to check if I'm potent. Or sometimes he won't say I need a hug, but when immediately he sees me, he said, okay, today I've seen a woman, so my brain is actually
That's what
working.
happened to Adam in the Bible.
I just remember.
When Adam said, this is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh, Adam actually had an erection. Because Adam was seeing all the animals. Something was happening.
Mancha, were you there?
Oh, I don't have to be there. I'm telling you what happened. So why would Adam say this is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh?
He saw a kind of himself.
And what happened? Don't you
If
also know that?
you cannot think
Don't you know
the Bible.
the gorillas look like human beings?
But
Oh, the
he saw-
gorillas don't have shape.
You have not seen a gorilla before. You've not seen a gorilla taking selfie before.
No, they don't have hips.
You've not
They
seen.
don't
You've not been to the zoo before.
I have.
When you see a female gorilla's breast,
Yeah, I have. It's very
it's
nice.
very attractive. But Adam was not moved. Now, when Adam fell into sleep and woke up, he said, "Hey, Mini, then this is bone of my bone and flesh." He said, "Then let's go and enter into the temple." It was an erection. You get what I'm saying? So when the man comes, when they are saying, "But do you know how many women are approached after church?" So as a guy is there, yes, he's receiving, and there's nothing wrong for a man to last after a lady in church. You've seen a lady, you like what you are looking for. Me, if a lady, you don't have big breasts, it doesn't move you. So when I see something starts, clicking, and that's it. Look, you can be spiritual, you can be whoever. These things are natural things.
Okay, so this is it. We cannot use our experience or the experiences of few to determine what there is.
Exactly.
We must understand that there are others who do not see things or think of things the way we do. There are many. In fact, you see, there are some men, especially let's say a divorcee or a widower. That person may not be looking for a sexual partner necessarily, but is looking for a mother for the children. You understand me? Somebody is a very busy person and is wanting a woman that will keep the home.
The person should have gone for a maid servant or something.
But can't sleep with the maid servant when he wants to.
Exactly the point I'm making.
No, you make it sound as if it is because of sex.
No,
it is not because of sex.
No, Prophet, I didn't
because
say
if it
it's
is because
entirely,
of sex.
I didn't say it's entirely because of sex.
You see,
No, of course I can't say it's entirely, but the first shot at a man deciding on whether to approach a woman or not is the attraction. You get it? It's the attraction. You must be sexual.
would you be with every woman that gets you erected?
Of course not.
Yes. So this is what I'm telling you, that you see a person. There is something beyond the erection.
Of course.
That makes you want to be with that person.
Exactly.
When I see you,
Exactly.
I'm a prophet. Okay, this is my work that I'm doing. I'm not going to do any different thing. I'm doing it for life. When I see you, my mind, whether you give me an erection or not, my mind is, can this person fit in the shoes of the wife of a man of God? That is what I'll be looking for.
Oh, yes, prophet.
Before I will look at whatever there is, because no matter how beautiful you are, no matter who you are, you must be able to fit in that shoes. Let's say I'm a politician. I'm aspiring to become either a president or something like that. When I'm looking for a woman, aside sexual feeling, the one thing I'll be looking out for is, can this person be the first lady? Can I go into the public space with this person? I know people that had to remarry or had to divorce, and because they had come to some level, and the woman they married long ago cannot speak in public or cannot even express themselves in the English language.
So that is not an ideal situation.
Okay. So hello, gentlemen. You people are trying to shift our topic today, and enough of Adam and Eve and erection and all that. It's all good. It makes the thing lively. But I want to read some few comments that we have here before we continue with what you're doing. man of God, Pastor Gideon say, thank you so much. He said he loved this, and Opening Kojochre must visit your show. And thank you, also for Gideon. God bless you. And Reverend Enoch Boateng says that I think you should highlight on the level of intimacy with the S. If there has been countless number of sexual escapades between you two, then you must cut all forms of communication. But if there hasn't between any level of sexual between you and the S, then some level of contact I think is allowable.
You see, one thing is that what he's saying, I agree with him, but not fully, because the way you looked maybe last year or early this year wouldn't be the same way in December. I might see you and your shape might be different, and even though we never had sex, I will see you that moment and I want to, because you now have the specs that my chair was talking about. Exactly. Maybe before then you didn't have those specs, but now you're having the specs. Yes. So the person sees you and says, wow, where did if I had seen the future, I wouldn't have learned.
The future is not the present.
So
exactly.
I agree with that, but
no, but he's saying that if you have had sex, which I also agree, if you've had sex, it becomes very difficult for you to detach yourself from your ex.
No, but that's not entirely true.
It's not entirely true.
Because for guys, okay, a guy can date a lady and not have sex, but after the relationship, also depending on how the breakup happened, the guy wants to go back and eat the apple that
he was not able to.
Exactly.
That's selfishness.
It's just an adjective.
Anyway, okay, Sunama Hikma Semancha. Hi.
Marigas.
It's not Manche. I'm here because of you. So I think that after the show, you people have a banter to solve.
Exactly. I'll call it.
Okay, so Prophet, I want to know. You know, some people after breaking up, now I lose my mother, or I'm broke, and you look around and you don't have anyone. You have to call your ex. Some people say they want to take ex gratia from your you know, is it an appropriate thing to do? Is it not you treading on a dangerous ground?
It's very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. I would not recommend it. But sometimes we have nowhere to go. You know, sometimes your hands are tied. You turn around, you're in a very, very tight situation. And you know that right now the only person that I can fall on is this person. So it doesn't happen every day. But hey, when your hands are tied and you know that this is the only way. But if there are other ways, I mean, you jump there. And even there are those other ways to it is possible it could also lead to this, you know. But I mean, when you look through into the magic mirror and you see that that's the only way to go, you go that way. I mean,
no, me, I won't try. I mean,
why?
Oh no, because I know myself. I know myself.
What is yourself?
I won't try to call you for help. Even my ego won't allow me. Honestly, like somebody, especially when you call for the breakup, then you go and bust a tire, tema. I mean, my ego won't. So I don't think I'll ever want to ask for help for my ex. No.
It is as you said earlier. It depends on how you parted ways or how your relationship have been after you parted ways.
Exactly.
So I mean, there are some places you can't go back again, you know, because of what happened.
Exactly.
But if you parted ways, things have settled, but you guys have moved on, and you may not have wanted to look for that help, but you look through your circles and
nothing is.
I mean, sometimes
things happen, but I'll try.
You crack on me, drama.
I've not seen that.
That's an extreme situation.
So I mean, I was asking Manche before that how long should it take for someone to move on after a breakup? What do you think are some of the things that after a breakup, what should the person do?
Make up your mind. It's a decision thing. You see, I when I go into a relationship, anytime that I've been in a relationship, I make up my mind that I want to be in this to the end. So in all my life, every breakup had been that the person walked away. No matter what happens, I decide that I want to make it work. That is my decision. I believe that you loving somebody is not enough. You must make a decision. Because people love people and they still divorce, they still break up. So it should be a decision that you've made. That my decision is I'm not going to do this. You understand me? Just as Annie said. I mean, if you have made up your mind, maybe you have an ego that with this I'm not going to do, and that I'm not going to do. You should also have, you should make up your mind about this. That hey, now that I am I'm done with this person, I'm not doing this or that again. You should make up your mind. It is all about making up your mind. If you want to stay in a marriage or relationship, when you want to move on from your past relationship, it's a decision. If you are going to make it through your emotions, you're either going to be too aggressive or you are going to be petty, where you start doing certain things, you see them and you behave some way. Even when we are in church crying, there is praise and worship. The way you want to dance and pass where he or she is. You see that you want to make a statement. You see, but you just make up your mind, you move on. That is it. It is not easy, but it is possible. That's one thing we should understand. It is not easy most often. Imagine you have made up your mind to be with this person. You might have probably even gone for lists. You bought the stuff and all of that, and the person decides that, you know what, I thought, but now I'm thinking. So I want to. You see, it's not going to be easy for you.
Yeah.
But you tell yourself, listen, I'm not going to die.
Exactly.
The reason why I have been a pastor till today is simple. I said that those that said I couldn't make it, I want to prove them wrong, and that is why
That's
I
your
kept
motivation.
That is my motivation. You understand me? So if the person dumps you, let this be your motivation. That you know what, because of this person, I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to have somebody better than this person. That is my motivation.
So after breaking up, would you say that it's good to improve on yourself?
I mean, for the sake of that person, improve.
Are you not being petty in that way?
It's for yourself.
I mean, you
It's for your own
don't
self.
need to wait for a lady to date you to improve yourself.
It's not only ladies. I mean, both sides.
But I can only speak for.
I mean, when you are dating.
But I heard Kelly Japan said he became rich because a lady
Ditch him.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, all that I'm saying is, when somebody leaves your life, they should come back to see you better than before. It's when your ex sees you and doesn't want you, there's a fault with you.
There's something wrong.
Yeah.
But it could also be that you carry an evil spirit. For
And
a married man to be so attracted to another lady, I mean, in that sense.
yes, you see, it doesn't necessarily mean any evil. When you are seen and liked by both single and married, it means that you are attractive. But your decision to accept that married person is yours. I mean, I don't want to marry a woman that when the next man sees, the next man wouldn't like.
Why?
If you see my woman, you should like.
But there's a proverb that
If she is nice, you should like.
If
If nobody likes my wife, then there's a fault with my wife.
there's a proverb, okay, that says the man who plants corn by the roadside and the one who marries a beautiful lady have the same problem.
I will have a gun. I'll have a gun. You see, what I mean is this. I've always been talking about attractiveness.
Yes.
Your wife, your husband must be attractive.
Of course.
When you step out with your husband or your wife, people must see him or her and want to have him or her.
That's true.
You see,
that's true.
that is what I like this.
The
person should be nice.
Yes.
So when my ex sees me, she should wish to have me. When my wife's ex sees her, the ex must wish to have her. I mean, if nobody wants your wife,
what if they wish?
even scrap dealers, when they pick the scraps, somebody comes to buy the scrap from me.
Yes.
Nobody wants my wife. What did I marry? What have I married that nobody wants?
You don't need approval from others make your wife attractive to you?
We're lying to ourselves.
No, if people are
If
saying,
you are attractive, you are attractive.
Is it that you people are saying that if you marry and your wife is not attractive, or someone sees your wife and the person is not telling
if you don't tell me,
the glory of a man is seen in his wife.
Okay.
No, I
you see, what it is that it's not everyone that will be attracted to your wife. It's not everybody that will want your wife. But at least there must be people that will see your wife that want.
No, but when you make it,
but I'm not getting.
When you make it an ambition in life,
no, it's not an ambition.
Okay.
It's not an ambition.
So now,
it's not an ambition.
So now my question still.
My conclusion is, make your wife beautiful. Yes. When you pick her,
but not when you want every man to be turning their heads. Because a man says they turn, and that's the end of your marriage.
No, my wife is asleep.
I'm asking.
I've said some spiritual gunshot.
Okay.
All right.
So moving on.
Yeah.
How long should it take after a breakup?
It's dependent on the person.
Exactly.
When you make up your mind, there are people that, as you said, you see, when you have a sanguine, the sanguine can just move on and doesn't care. You may have a choleric who will be angry, okay, and just move on. But cholerics can also be that they will be angry and they want to prove a point. You know, they are more competitive. So you go like, why should I lose this person? I'm going to make sure I have this person. Okay? And the revenge mindset will be that me no back. Now me jam. Because they want to always win.
Yes. But that's childish.
It's not childish.
It's a trait, and if you say childish, yeah, we can say that it is an ungroomed trait. Because when that same trait is brought into business, the person will be a lot of good in business. You see, and there are those that when you leave them, maybe a melancholy or a flame, they'll cry and cry and cry and cry, and they may not even want to be in the next relationship. You know, they will keep to themselves and all of that, and maybe a melancholy will be the next person that comes in.
Yeah, those who say that's how all men
are. They will scrutinize, they want to be sure that this person has no trait of the, so it depends on the person. But hey, no matter the traits you have, make up your mind.
Exactly.
Make up your mind that, listen, this person is gone and I'm moving on. That is all.
Okay, so I have some messages here. He said, end of the truth hurts. Says, please, how do we get over our ex? I asked before. Okay, and he said, I still call her, but she blocked me.
That's all.
On social media too.
Yes.
I still love her. So how I will feel go back or make I forget them?
Okay, you see, the lady even blocking you is doing you a good favor, a very great favor. That hey, my friend, move on. And the avenue to reach me that would hinder your progression, I have blocked it.
But what, you know the person's house?
Well, if you go there and the person sacks you, that is very nice. You see, the person is even helping him to move on. So he should move on. You should move on. I've said that, listen, have this in your mind. There is a reason why this person left me. Okay? Let me be better than who I was that made the person left me. So that the person will see me later and wish that she had not. That's all.
But I think if you harbor those thoughts too, you are still lingering on your ex. If I leave you, my life's focus and decision is independent of you. Why should I want to please somebody I've left?
No, you're not pleasing the person, but the point is that maybe the person said you are too loud. The person said you are maybe you get angry easily.
Yes.
The person said you like caroling.
Yes.
You like this. Yes. You should sit down. The person said you have no money. Is it true? You see that there are two people you can
be. You didn't know you didn't have money.
No, there are two people you can be sincere.
Yeah.
God and yourself.
Yes.
You know yourself, God knows you.
Yes.
So when the person tells you these things, you should ask yourself, hey, maybe, sometimes you may have a trait with you that you might not have paid attention to. The person drew your attention to it. The person left. You think about it. Work on that trait. It become better. That is what I'm talking about.
But not
for her.
No, not for her.
Yeah.
But
for yourself.
For yourself. What I mean by the person seeing you later and you becoming better, it's not that the person will see you and feel sorry necessarily.
No.
But for yourself, you can say that, yeah, I've become better. Today, as you were saying, Ken was saying that
a woman left him or some women left him and it propelled him. Now all these ladies, maybe would wish to have had him.
Oh, all of them.
They wish. So
if it's money, there all the ladies.
So
it's
ladies like money.
We like money how? Don't start this argument. Don't start this argument. Before we turn the whole topic.
Ask your viewers if it's true that ladies like money.
Maybe we'll talk about that later.
Very good.
Maybe on another day.
That's fine.
Yeah, then we can argue well.
Very good.
So he said how okay, so you just mentioned one point that the lady is actually helping him.
Yes.
So apart from that, what should he do?
He should make up his mind. It's a decision.
Yeah.
If you see his head is above his heart, so he should make up his mind.
Yes.
You see, no matter what you feel, somebody can really piss you off, but you'll be smiling with the person. You are pissed. So your heart is angered, but your mind is telling you, calm down.
That's emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you should regulate your heart with your mind.
Exactly.
So you feel you like her, you want to be with her, but hey, what's your me?
So
What blocking me? Let me start moving on.
That's right.
So he's asking, should he move on?
He should
or
move
he
on.
should stay and die?
He should move on. He should have moved on
You know the person.
yesterday.
But the person is crying, you know.
You know the person.
I don't know the person.
The person should have moved on since yesterday. I mean, before. And Lee said something very. He said something earlier. When you are with somebody, look at them well. When the change begins,
Notice it.
you should notice it, and you must not just jump into conclusion, but you must know why the changes are happening.
Exactly.
You see, then if it's going to be a problem, then you start knowing what to do before you get to this stage. If it's impromptu, and then it's true, there are some people you will never know that they want to leave you. The day they tell you they want to leave you, you'll be amazed.
Exactly.
I know a lady that I don't want to give too much detail, but I mean was hospitalized at the psychiatric hospital because this guy that she thought was the boyfriend, only boyfriend and all of that, I mean, spends the weekend at his place. He comes over to spend. Never knew that this guy was seriously in a relationship with somebody else.
But
And
do you think people don't know? I think people deliberately turn a blind eye to things.
oh, there are those that turn a blind
So
eye.
if you are dating somebody, you don't know the person's house.
She even spends the weekend at his place, and he also spends it at her place.
Okay.
But they didn't know that this guy was seriously in a relationship with somebody who had been transferred to a different region.
Okay.
You understand me?
Okay.
When this guy came to one day, this guy came and said that I want us to talk. What do you want us to talk about? I'm going to get married. You're going to get married, and
The lady came to the guy.
that guy came to the lady telling her that I'm going to get married. You're going to get married to me, and you are sounding so serious. I mean, the way you are sounding, you should be laughing. Said, yes, but not to you.
Oh, then the lady should have collapsed right there.
This is the punchline, Papa.
I'm sorry, but I have had somebody before you, but when I saw you, blah blah blah. Long story short, invitation. I will be happy if you can.
Are you kidding me? Then this
Are
guy.
they happening in Ghana?
I'm telling you, yeah. And the lady said, "Otuano kasakasa."
Yeah, that's.
I mean, she went through a lot.
Yeah.
The doctors have to attend to her,
But you
psychiatrists
see,
and all.
maybe you just know the surface of the matter. You see, ladies and some ladies, when they say they're in love, they're actually in foolishness.
Nobody thinks when they are in love. That's the truth.
And you mentioned it.
When you are in love, you don't think.
Exactly.
I mean,
But
you were quoting scriptures earlier.
Yes.
Jesus came to die for us. The Apostle Paul wrote in the book of Romans that he said that he died for us while we were his enemies.
exactly.
Who would die for an enemy?
Only Jesus.
You see,
Yes.
what would be your interpretation of it if I am to say that I'm giving my one of my kidneys to my enemy?
That's what I'm saying. What do you feel? It's not love. You remember I told you that.
And I said that there are quadrants of love.
Oh God.
So you with the First Corinthians issue, it's the agape love.
Okay.
The
So
God
let
kind
me
of
give you
love.
let me give you a scenario. when a lady is sent to secondary school, refuses to stay in school, and out of what you call one of those types of love, he leaves secondary school to the boy in Choco, and for 2 weeks the lady is there. To her, she's in love.
Yes.
Which of the brackets would you put that in?
It could be filial, it could be eros, it could be sexual, it could be something she likes about
There
it.
can never be sexual love. That's what you see. It's lust combined with a certain index of foolishness and stupidity.
On that note, please, there is another message.
Your assertion of the situation.
Nana Ayim Berima Jesse the second. Hi. He said excess matter there. A whole problem. One told me point blank that she will win me back from my wife. Is that possible?
That's the spirit of witchcraft.
Why?
Oh, why not?
The person still loves the boy.
It's not love, or Vicky, stop saying.
So it's not love, but it's what?
It's witchcraft. And that somebody is married with their wife happily, and your focus.
How would you know whether they are
whether they are happy or not? They are married.
You see, there are some.
Why didn't she marry the guy?
There are some that they might have been through a lot with this person before they break up. Now this is the guy that has been with somebody else, and guy not to Range Rover, what top plane. The guy is. She feels like I should have been there.
But
you see,
that's witchcraft.
You can call it that. She can also.
But you're not being real.
No. He said earlier that you use a word. He said that that is what. He said that is your word or something like that. He can choose to say that
it's an adjective.
It's an adjective. Yes. So maybe that's your adjective.
No,
but you see, you can choose to say that it is witchcraft.
Yeah.
She can choose to say that I need to regain.
You didn't read the message. You see, when somebody has a desire,
He said, let me repeat the
read the
message.
message.
He said, excess matter there. A whole problem. One told me point blank that she will win me back from my wife.
Oh, she winning him back from his wife will be dependent.
Is it possible?
It is possible. It will be dependent on him.
How?
So the guy must fast and pray.
No.
Is it only about prayer?
Not only about prayer. But when this one has gotten to, when a lady is determined and focused, look, there's very little the guy can do.
Why?
No.
There are so many things that
Like what?
You should shut the situation down. You see,
how would he do
when I get to see that you like me,
Yes.
all right? I know you like me.
Yes.
You want to have me.
Yes.
I am.
And then you see, there's a difference between having the thoughts and being able to speak it out. When somebody gets to that stage of speaking it out, the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart.
The mouth speaketh. Yes.
The lady is at a crescendo. Now she's determined if she has to go to Gigi, whatever.
You see, this
So it's a very serious.
this issue.
Personally.
Yes, I know
So
him.
tell him that he's in a very serious.
He
shouldn't
was
take it
my
lightly.
mate. You see, this happened in Acrimony. I don't know if we involved or Tyler's movie.
Yes, exactly.
The ex was trying to come back, and most people, I was for the ex.
And you see how it ended.
No, because they suffered.
And
And
after when we got to the you said the guy is useless, and you left the guy.
yes, there was a breakup. Now you are an ex. And the lady is now forcing her way through.
So you know how it ended, right?
Yes, the lady died. They married actually. The guy married and the lady died. So it's just like this same situation.
Yes, when you are craving for something that doesn't belong to you, it's a sign of witchcraft.
It doesn't belong to him.
How? My thing is this.
Didn't
My
you
thing
say
is
the
this.
guy is married?
The guy is married.
You
so
know that.
Okay.
You know she likes you.
Okay.
Shut it down.
So
You
how
see,
are
you don't entertain. How did she get to tell him this? She has a mode of communication.
Prophet.
Cut it
I've
off.
not seen some before. You've not seen a lady who is on an agenda.
And when a person is on agenda, they can be very pushy.
Yes.
But you must stand on your ground. You see,
How would you stand on your ground?
you can't.
The guy is even frustrated. That's why he will send such. The guy is like right now he's even ready to give in and be free.
No.
I'm telling you.
He's telling you because he has taken a stand. That is my mind. Because he's not going for that. Right?
Read the message. He said, as for excess matter there, that is a
The whole problem. He says
On
the
its
whole.
own.
And that story is that he has overcome.
You are just predicting.
You see, what I
And
believe,
you have to come back again.
when you make up your mind,
You should come back again.
I believe that when you make up your mind,
Yes.
that is it. Everything is decision making. When we get to the point that we think that when somebody wants to do something, they can get away with it, they can do it, then we can't do anything. But we need to get to the place and say that, listen, we are responsible for most of the things that happen to us, if not all.
Yeah.
And if something is coming, you can see it.
Yes.
And there is a way to shut it down and to be shut.
Yes.
Sometimes you need to be aggressive with it to push the person off. You see? Not violent,
You see,
but aggressive.
You see, I
Well,
explained
in the case of the acrimony that you're talking about, you realize that the guy had this in mind that this lady has helped me before, so let me be gentle with it. You see, there are times that he say it's witchcraft, then treat a witch as a witch.
Afterwards. Then you are casting and binding.
Cast her off and bind her at that place. Let's just
say
see.
the guy who sent this message has exhausted his physical strength. Look, when a lady is after me, forget about guys jumping wall and things. A lady is very crafty. Me, I fear women more than any creature. When I see a woman and a lion, I'll go and hug the lion.
Ghana girls.
Ghana girls, especially the girls, especially the fair ones.
No, this one, I take an exception.
Are you fair?
I am fair.
I can see from
He's colorblind today.
I tell you. So you see, the truth is that when we take some of these things, like when a lady is able to tell me that, I'll do whatever I can. One day I went to visit a lady, and she said, "Look, if you touch me, I'll get pregnant for you." Then
Just by touching. Or something will happen.
When I say touch, you should know what.
No, we don't know.
Then I picked my phone and pretended as if I had a call. Then I just went out. That was the end.
The end from the beginning.
That was the end.
So what did you do? You shut it down, right?
Exactly. But fortunately for me, the lady was not determined enough. If the lady was really, don't you know in the Bible that a lady made a prophet run away from her? A prophet was heavily anointed. A lady. It was a lady that caused John the Baptist to be killed.
A lady in power. That John the Baptist was already in prison, and John the Baptist could not have escaped.
Did he die until the lady came?
So listen, you see the example you are using.
What I'm telling you is that ladies wield a certain power. You won't say lady when a lady says like a man tells you, that's why I won't go to the house and be shouting on my wife and be but what if she puts broken bottles in your okra soup?
Oh,
I'm telling you.
how? Unless you are doing something bad.
You've not visited the Volta region before, eh?
Please, I'm a Voltarian. You need to know your own case.
Sorry, Volta Afro region.
A borrowed Voltarian.
Yes, a borrowed one.
Exactly. But you see, the point is that ladies hold a certain power that you don't mess up with. When a lady threatens, you take it very serious. And when a lady threatens, I will think about if I have to apologize.
Really?
Yes. Because a lady won't come like me when I get annoyed. I will be scattered. A lady won't scatter. She will just, you have no idea. So if the lady has been able to come and tell the guy that, look, this is what I want to do, may I won't be surprised it has already happened in Igbo. Yeah, his marriage is on the verge of collapse. So this guy needs, so prophet, take his details and pray with him.
No, you see, if we are talking about the spiritual part, that is different. But I think that we are talking about what you can do.
No, but
physically.
What I'm saying, for the guy to send such a message, he has exhausted his.
He may not have. You know, we may have some information.
Tell the guy to.
I'll contact him.
We may have some information that could help him that he might not have used.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
But he might think that he's talking to him. You know, some people with a mindset of not wanting to be rude will be answering the call. Say, it can't happen. You know, I'm married.
Yes.
You know, then the person will keep calling, and now the person is torn between the wife. My wife is here. What you are doing is not nice. You see, but there are some people or a lady or a person, they say that I really want you back, But when you shut them down, hey, don't call me again. You block the person calls you this, or maybe in public. You know, sometimes you just need to be aggressive. In public,
So, being aggressive, how are you going to be aggressive?
In public, you tell me, don't call my number again. Well, very, you see, there are some.
Are you sure it will work?
You have not met your meter
That's
before.
what I'm saying. That if there are 10 people coming after you.
Yes.
There are 10 people coming after you. By being rude or aggressive, you can have a number of them cut off. Okay. Now you have a small number. When you become more aggressive with a person, don't come beyond this line. If they were 5, at least some will drop. So as the number keeps dropping, you will have a fewer number of persons to deal with in this situation. All right. Then maybe.
But the thing is about number. How many ladies call substance for? It was just one. I'm sure the lady girl was tiny. Bible says, lap on the lap.
Mancha, it seems like you have a problem with the ladies.
Mancha.
Be nice to us because Mother's Day is just around the corner. Be nice to us.
That's why I'm warning my friend the prophet that he shouldn't underestimate the power of a woman. That Delilah, you don't forget that Delilah even told Samson several times.
The ex cannot do anything.
Samson knew Delilah's mind, but he couldn't escape.
Why couldn't he?
Because when Samson is lying in the bed and imagines Delilah's body, then his cognitive ability freezes.
Hey,
You see,
I'm telling you.
that's what we have been talking about.
Anymore.
We've been talking about that. So this even falls into the category. Samson had a brain, but he didn't use it, but used his heart.
No, he used his brain. Read the Bible well. On several occasions, he used his brain. He was using his brain. He was being tactical and logical. But the lady was very calm.
From the onset.
Yes.
From the onset, a Jewish boy was not supposed to have married a foreigner.
Foreigner, yeah.
So when he brought the lady, the parents told him.
They warned him.
You see,
Yes.
And he knew it because they were raised to.
So why didn't he listen?
So he chose his feelings over his brain. So from the onset, he set himself up.
Where is that feeling coming from? Where is he getting that feeling from?
He wants us to go beyond our boundaries and make it very broad.
We are not talking about that.
Delilah had something that Samson couldn't resist.
We can resist everything that we want to.
No.
The brain, let me tell you, don't underestimate your mind. Your mind is very big. No. You know all the technology you are seeing.
Humans created it.
Yes. So all the sophistications, everything that you are seeing, that you look at something and say, wow, it's from the brain. So the mind can really, really, really make you do something that you need to do. It's a decision.
So getting off from your ex is possible.
It's possible. It's a decision. It's a decision. You must be. You must to make your decision.
To the extent when the lady says she has also given up. But
if you are going to talk about juju aspect, that is different. That is a whole story on its own.
Okay.
But when the person is trying to
so I want to find out from you two, before I take your final words, is it possible to cut off from your ex permanently?
Oh, me, I've done that on a couple of occasions.
Permanently?
Yes.
And you
fasting and praying.
Only fasting and praying.
And so many, of course, we discussed.
What are so many others? Because the people want to know there's so many others.
Tell them when you, like Prophet said, you are done with the person, psych your mind that this thing is over. But how do you go calling an ex and checking up on the person? These are the little things that trigger, some of these things. So if it's done, it's done. Yeah, you might be hurt, you have some nostalgic feelings and all that. But know that all those are just feelings. And be focused in life. You get it? Be focused and say, look, this is part. Paul said, one thing that I do is that I put the things that are passed behind me and I reach for the targets and the things that are set before me. So be focused. Know that listen is if the girl was what God had prepared for you, there's no way the two of you would have gone your separate ways. So it has happened. Focus, build a life, think about money. As for men, it's money that defines it. If you don't have money, the lady will come and go. So think about making a life. Buy nice clothes, buy perfume. When Prophet entered, they were all happy. Because he was wearing cologne. That's it. And make yourself be happy with yourself and move on with life. Like I said, when one lady leaves, it's an opportunity for you to explore. So have that in mind that one has gone, 10,000 are waiting.
Okay, so Mancha, you are done with your last word.
I'm done.
Prophet, last words.
Don't talk to your ex about the good times you had.
Okay.
Never talk to your ex about
Why?
the good times you had. It will
So that
bring-
means that you are even talking.
Yes, it will bring some kind of feeling that would turn into something else. Don't complain about your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend,
Your new boyfriend.
your new person to the old person. No. And as much as you can, stay away from the person. As much as you can, stay away from the person. And when somebody leaves you, don't just be angry. Ask them why. Ask them why. And tell them to be sincere with you. That is something that we are not ready for. The person leaves you, oh sorry, stay. No, ask them why. Because the why will help you with the next one. You might have been doing something. You know,
That you yourself don't know.
you don't know. You thought it was okay.
Okay.
You see, let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
Somebody calls me and tells me that,
Yeah.
Prophet, I want to leave my girlfriend. Why? She doesn't bath.
She doesn't,
Doesn't like bathing.
The lady doesn't like bathing.
How did you know? How did you know?
Whether she goes to spend time, you know, he wouldn't tell a pastor that
Of
the
course.
lady that he's not married to has been
Yes,
spending time.
yeah.
I'm this.
You see, but of course I can read between
Of
them.
course, yeah.
But the issue there was on Pedro. What's the prophet? When you move, sometimes 2 days the person has not bath.
Hey, is that possible?
Oh, there's a lady in Ashaiman who the guy called her come and visit. So the lady went to take her bath and all. Then the guy called, oh, I have an engagement. Sorry, let's. The lady said, I know Mama called Jarepa. I'm sure this lady falls to that bracket, yeah.
You see, so in serious, maybe it will be difficult for the guy to tell the lady that I'm leaving because you don't like bathing.
Yeah.
You see, so the lady might carry it into the next one and might lose that same person again. So I mean, we should do good to each other. Tell the person the truth, that this is the reason why I'm leaving you, so that the person can work on it. The way you talk, I don't like. The way you are, I don't like. I don't like this, I don't like that. So that the person can work on it. We need to do this for ourselves. And if you were told, work on it. Since Neil was bringing some spiritual situation in there, and that is my work. So let me dance around it. You see, whether you're a guy or a girl, when you find a trend in your dating or your relationship, you should think about it and find a way to solve it, either physically or spiritually. Because you dated this person, it ended in a particular way. The next one too like that. The next one, you should know that there is something wrong.
Exactly.
You see, but normally we are quick to apportion blames, and I'm saying this is how he is. This is how guys are.
We don't even listen.
You know, you need to study trends. This happened. That happened. This happened. That happened. Then you get to know this. That no, I must wake up. There is something wrong.
Exactly.
There are those that they date when it's time for marriage, it will break up.
Yeah.
They'll be so nice, they'll be so happy. The moment they need to marry, that is when the problem will happen. You need to sit down and study trends, or else you'll be married and you come out of the marriage as well. So both the physical and the spiritual side, very, very necessary, because the enemy attacks marriages a lot, a relationship. Because so when the enemy attacks you, it gets only you. But when the enemy attacks the marriage or the relationship, it gets two people, sometimes even more than two because of the children.
Yeah.
So the enemy attacks that side much. It's better physical or spiritual. Marriage and families are vulnerable places that physical and spiritual enemies try to attack. So stay away from your ex. That's what.
Stay away from your ex. Okay. So before I just give my acknowledgements. Sami Dafor says, great show. Hi, Sami, thank you. And
thank you, Sami.
Mr. Jeglo, Sami, thank you for watching. Francis Egbenya, Paddy Man, thank you for watching. Michaela of Joy FM, thank you for watching. Thank you so much. And Mr. Edward Ninoy, thank you for watching. Princess Ellen Isinam, thanks for watching. She says that cutting excess is great, but you have to be strong enough to take that bold decision, unless you hate or shoot them dead. This guy, okay? Then
She will go to jail.
it's now, if you shoot someone, then you go to jail. Oh.
It's a decision thing.
Okay.
It's not easy, but it's possible.
They are pain in the ass, my dear. Okay, so Madam Vivian Ajoache, thank you for watching. Trinesa Agbeko says, that's all well said. Stay away from your ex.
That's all.
Princess Sinam says, sometimes it's health issues or family that make some excess. I don't understand what she said.
Okay, sometimes
They can't move on because of health issues. I think that's what.
No. I think that you brought a guy to your family, and the family says, we don't want an Eve, we don't want an Ashanti, we don't want an Hausa, and you have no choice. Since in our setting, the family have to agree to the person you are going to live with before you can be with the person. So, because the family rejected the person, you have to move away from the person. So it isn't that the person wronged you, but your family doesn't like the person. And I stand against it. Masa, your father will not be in a marriage, your mother will not be in a marriage. Respect them, but they should not make a decision for you. If you meet somebody you want, go for the person. Find somebody to go and witness. Go and sign a marriage. Your mother will not be in a marriage. Your father will not be in a marriage. The thing is between the two of you. How can you meet somebody that you want to marry, you want to spend the rest of your life with, and somebody somewhere who will not be in it will tell you whether they like the person or not? Don't let anybody tell you that thing.
Okay, I think it's not
Friends and family, they have the right to express their misgivings, but they should not dictate to you. Nobody should dictate to you.
So when you go and it backfires, will you come back?
When it backfires, it is you. When it works, it's you. They are not going to be with the person. Okay, they can accept somebody. Many drinks have been accepted, lists have been accepted, whatever. But there have been breakups, there have been divorces. The parents do anything about those things.
Okay, I think Esinam is clarifying what she was saying. So mostly society dictates to people who are good for them. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
And ignorantly, it works for some.
Yes. And also, I think the health side is when last Sunday we spoke about when somebody is SS and another person is SS, they are in love. I mean, I have to handle about 4 or 5 issues around that side that they can't be together, not because they weren't good to each other, but because of their blood type and those stuff. So that is also a very, 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 very tricky situation.
Maybe they should check it before they even think of.
But when you meet, that's what I talk about, the dating before the relationship. You ask in the dating, the normal dating, how are you? I'm fine and all. When you have the intent of one, you have to ask these questions.
But you see, people too are stubborn. These things are said in church
Over and over again.
But so they are not sympathizing with people.
How do you feel when you meet a lady and the lady asks you, which blood type are you? You're like, but you are for ask me that.
Oh no, but if you don't understand, then
so the education needs to be done more and more for that aspect to come, so that we would understand that it is a part of the process. Because most of the church gets to know when you have a boyfriend at the point that you are going to marry. The church has turned a blind eye. They're even preaching that you are dating somebody, it's a German. So sometimes you don't even know the difference between dating before getting married, that's being in a relationship before getting married, or just meeting somebody and taking them to the altar the same day. Yeah. Because the way they preach about fornication, it's as if when you are with somebody now, it's fornication. So you don't know how to even go about it. And the way the day that you can announce to your parents or anyone is when you are going to get married. And you have already been with each other, you have developed some strong feeling for each other, and they are not going to tell that there is this fault with this person. You can't even think to agree with them, because you have been with this person underground for 4 years, 5 years. You have grown to love this person, and they are not going to tell you, no, he is SS, you are AS, you are SS, you are that. So we will pray. That's what you tell. That day your brain won't work.
Thank you very much. Okay, so it's been an hour and more on Flames of Love, and it's been great talking about dealing with exes. And as we have heard, you if possible, cut ties with your ex. In fact, don't talk about your new relationship with your ex. In fact, you have no business
at all
talking about that with your ex, because as we say in Trigentia Dada, it can easily catch fire.
Exactly.
In fact, so you don't even go near fire when you are kerosene.
Yes.
You will burn.
This time diesel
Or petrol. Yeah, you will burn.
Let's use gas.
You explode. Yeah, so please again, for safety reasons, in fact, protect your current relationship and give respect to the person you are dating. If you have a problem and you can't solve it, get someone you really, really respect. Don't go and find comfort in the arms of your ex. I mean, you don't have money and maybe you have lost a parent or a loved one. It's not then that you have to go and call your ex that, oh, miniscal, you don't have money. Your ex can provide. Some people say it's ex gratia, but I mean, it's not the best. You end up ruining your marriage or your relationship. Thank you so much for being with us, Bridget Bonnie of Bridge TV. I thank you so much for watching. And one day you are going to appear live on the show. I thank you so much. And before I leave, I would like to acknowledge some people. Thank you, Mancha, for coming. I thank you. God bless you. Prophet, God bless you so much. I thank you so much for being here. And my makeup and my hair, my pony was done by Grace Nash Beauty Clinic. And she's inside Dansoman. You can contact her on 0242-036095. 0242-036095. Springtime Multimedia for my camera work. I thank you so much. You can contact them on 0272-684649. Karen, I thank you so much for watching. Achu, I thank you for designing the Flames of Love flyers. I thank you, Richard, for being my producer. God bless you, Richie Young. We are getting all the dollars this year, you know.
Amen.
Our year of wealth. Our year of wealth. So we are receiving all the money. Grace, now don't worry, the cash is coming. In fact, we are going to the US to do the makeups and the rest, just to come back with the dollars. So don't worry. And thank you, Mr. Sedem Babs Iceberg. I thank you so much for your support. I thank you, Reverend Enoch Boateng. I thank you so much. God bless you all for watching. Make time with us, same time on Sunday, right here on Facebook with me, Beatrice Senaju. Bye bye.